Welcome to Hell, the podcast for sinners, where you send us your tales of iniquity and we offer our infernal judgment.
Oh, you look... You look hilarious in the headphones.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry.
No,
keep them.
No, I can't possibly keep them now.
God. Anyway,
We're trying out headphones.
I'm doing one ear on, one ear off. I think
you look like
chic.
you've been in a car crash.
So you died. Get over it.
Well, don't fucking do it now.
No, I have to do my bit. The fans have come to love and appreciate that bit. They told me.
I'm going to start again.
Okay.
Welcome to Hell, the podcast for sinners, where you send us your tales of iniquity and we offer our infernal judgment.
So you died. Get over it. We have. You think you're the first one to come down awkwardly on a traffic cone? Dan's had one lodged in him since 97.
Yes, thank you for that. So clench those cheeks and waddle through the fiery gates for a good old-fashioned gossip with me, Daniel Fox, comedian, brow choreographer, and Hell's resident receptionist.
And me, Dane Buckley, comedian, carbohydrate enthusiast, and lapsed angel.
Darling. We're trying out headphones.
Yeah. Although I noticed you were looking at the camera sneakily there. I'm going to start looking at the camera.
I gave the
more.
camera a little sort of I did a bit of brow choreography. Dane has just laughed at me in the most insulting and horrible way for how I look in these. I think I look very professional.
You look like you're in a flight simulator, but you'll never get into a real plane.
Okay.
This is...
You've gone for one ear on, one ear off.
Yeah, like we're recording in the studio. Can you turn it up for the harmony? Yeah.
Let's do a harmony.
Nice.
Beautiful. Okay. Drinkies. As always, hey listener, you know, we begin each episode with a beveragini to Dane has written this bit of the script. As always, we're going to enjoy a beveragini to taste track our little Kiki.
Last night I had great fun being like, instead, no, not soundtrack. Let's taste track. But you know what? I'm the only fan of that, I think.
I listen, I think it's nice. It doesn't sound good coming out of my mouth.
No.
To taste track our little Kiki.
Yeah, but say it like this. As always, we're going to enjoy a little beveragini to taste track our little Kiki.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I should be clutching my pearls. It's my turn to make cocktails this week.
Daniela Foxtrot is on the drinks
I've made
duty.
a particularly horrible one.
Sorry, you spoke over me trying to push this new name for you, Daniela Foxtrot.
Daniela Foxtrot. I mean, I don't hate it.
So, Daniel, you're making the drink this time, and
Yeah.
traditionally you make liquid acid.
Yes, I've made... Okay, this is an experimental one.
Oh, God, I can tell by that evil look you're doing.
You're going to absolutely hate this. Here you go.
Okay. Now, very butch cups.
I like a
Can I look at
really
it first?
adult... No, I like a really adult-tasting drink.
But you also love to be a thunderous cunt and play tricks.
Yes. This is my specialty.
I can see swamp green oozing out the top.
Have a... Yeah, what about the drink, though? have a little sip.
Okay.
Mmm.
Oh my God. And it continues as it goes. It tastes like photosynthesis.
Yeah? And that...
Oh, it tastes like it's good for you. That's the worst crime.
Yeah.
Was it spirulina? Some shit like that?
Do you want to know?
No, wait. Hold on. Indulge a woman. Green juice.
Yeah, it's green juice.
Some bougie green juice. Mm-hmm. Oh, just evilness.
It is.
Oh.
It is a dirty martini.
Oh, of course.
And with that is I'm going to say about a quarter to a third of a Pret green juice added in. And then I've also added some ginger to it. I'm calling it a Kate Blanchett.
What is the alcohol, though?
Dirty martini.
What is that again?
Gin.
Yeah.
And martini, which I believe is a vermouth.
I think if
or as Nigella calls it, vermouth.
Oh, well, if she's...
Which means I'm going to start calling it vermouth.
Nigella, I love this gorgeous green vial.
I'm actually refining this. I'm working on it. It's my signature cocktail, but I've not got it quite right. I actually think that what I might try next time, I'm going to bring Kate Blanchett 2, HMS Kate Blanchett 2 in, is possibly a mojito base. You know, like a minty mojito base, but then to that I'll add some green juice.
Because she does need another... She does have like a slight gum infection vibe. Oh. Doesn't she? Like, she's very strong and stringent. And
Yeah.
Like, doesn't she need a sweet level?
Well, I was hoping the green juice would be sweet enough. Because when I think,
in what
what could I
world?
have as a delicious little treat?
Oh my God. You
Nice sweet treat. I think maybe I'll have green juice.
I think a tray of Krispy Kreme donuts. That's what I think.
And I think, what about a really
What about a lovely
acrid green juice? Yeah, I think
mint?
it's. I think it's lacking. Yeah, mojito would have the mint, and I think is it white rum in a mojito?
Yeah.
So I think that with a bit of green juice
Yeah.
could be quite pleasant.
I
Fresh. I want fresh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, one leaf of lime and more alcohol is not going to go easy, but okay. I will not be. It is
It's
strong.
fucking strong.
It is fucking strong.
Okay.
You're starting to look attractive. That's how strong it is.
Hey Dane, what have you been up to?
Well, do you know, Dan, I've decided to get back out there.
Okay.
Back on the apps. Christian Mingle. No, seriously, I'm thinking about dating. I'm back on Grindr. I vowed that last time was my 9th last time.
Yeah, because you deleted it like 11 days ago, so it's
Yeah.
been a really long
11
time.
and a half, yeah. And in gay years, as we know, that's 12 years.
12 years.
Well, I had some deadlines, and it's so... I don't mind the toxicity. It's just so... Sometimes, you've got to balance stuff. You have to do things.
Because I never used Grindr.
Oh.
I never really... Like, I was on it. I think I chatted to a few people. I never met anyone.
Well, you're quite a classy girl, aren't you?
Classic girl. Yeah, I used when I want to meet a man, I use the Coots app.
Well, some of us are not classy. Some of us are whores.
Yeah.
And some of us have needs.
Yeah.
Irish Catholic guilt meets Kama Sutric DNA.
Listen,
Oh my God.
I did hear that. I did hear your stomach was going, thank you so much for that green juice and dirty
Stomach just let
martini,
out a
Dane.
scream. But anyway, I'm back on Grindr, and I think, live life, love.
How is it? How are the boys?
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I am only popular with down low married men, and you have to spend the first 20 messages.
Which you hate.
I hate having to be
You
their
hate
solace.
speaking to the almost straight married boys.
I hate it. But you have to convince them to send a picture for like the first...
Of their face?
Yeah, for the first 2 hours. And I was like, oh, but I'm discreet, mate. I was like, I don't care about that. That makes you hotter. I am scared that you might look like Gollum.
This is where all of your social work skills
All of
come
them.
to the fore.
I have to lay a foundation of resilience. It's a welcoming space. We're inclusive. It's okay. Here, let's put it into the arena. I don't know you. I'm not from this area. Da, 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 da. They send the picture, and I thought, no, sorry, that's not going to work for me.
Automatic
today.
block.
I like teeth in a man. I'll say it.
Well,
you are
generally. Picky.
I
You're
am
known for-
picky. Anyway, I'm back on them, but I have been thinking about going back on Hinge as well.
oh, a proper dating.
Proper dating. Do you remember that?
When was the last time you went on a date?
Date. Well, I did have some fun times with a fan, but that's another story.
Oh, yeah, a fan came up to Dane after a comedy show,
Yeah.
and one
had-
thing led to another.
Exactly. Next you know, I had his children over my tits.
Never have I ever been hit on after a gig.
No?
I get a lot of fun mums coming up after and going,
Right.
let me buy you a wine.
Right. Yeah, but I strategically do a set of how to get a straight man and how to lure a straight man into bed. So it's literally advertising.
Yes.
And it works. Because that was the guy that said to me, you're like an alpha Poof. And I said, I don't know what that is, but that's the name of my official fragrance.
It should be the name of your debut Edinburgh show.
Oh, Alpha Poof.
Alpha Puff. Dane Buck.
So, but I'm going to do... it must be before comedy, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Hinge.
Pre-pandem.
Pre-pandem. Because Hinge brought out like a video date, which I love because you don't have to straighten your hair. You don't have to pay £7 to get on the train. You can see if they're decent or not on a little video chat. Hi, how are you? Are you
Yeah.
racist? Are you nice? Let me see you smile. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I
like
love the
that.
video date.
A little, hey, let's just
Is it enough to get to the
sync
next
up on
round?
Teams.
Yeah, exactly. But it is. Is it enough to get to the next round?
To actually
Which
be
is
bothered to go
leave
out,
the house.
leave the house.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can
Because
see
nothing
that.
is worse than you leaving the house, straightening your hair, spending £7, and they do the heinous act of being terrible on the day.
Oh my God. Some of the boring dates I went on before I met my boyfriend. Don't bear thinking about.
No.
Well, Dane, thank you for asking.
What have you been up to, Daniel?
I'm back into gigging. I'm gigging in full force at this point.
Yeah.
My tour is about to begin. Literally, actually, the very day that this episode will go out. No, I will have been doing a few gigs by then. I have just been... just have another sip of this disgusting cocktail I made. I've just this very yesterday been and done a gig in Cardiff Student Union. Cardiff University.
The glamour.
My gosh, listener, as a comedian, a student union gig, it is it is a mixed bag.
Yeah.
It can be rowdy and fun,
Yeah.
or in the modern day, where students don't really love a drink.
Yeah.
And especially when they're students, they're all quite like, everyone's very concerned with being cool.
Well, didn't your gig come with a disclaimer?
Yes, it came with a disclaimer that anything that was said that was particularly triggering was at the fault of the
Sorry, did we
comedians,
hide
not
a
the
little burp
university.
there?
It was actually a sort of internalized scream. Which, listen, I am not the sort of comedian that's ever going to say anything triggering during a gig, but it was just, it was...
You might mention like an underbaked good.
Right.
Yeah.
I might mention a dinner party gone wrong, and that's very triggering for me.
Yeah, of course.
My personality. But it was an 8-hour round trip
Oh my God.
to go and perform to, I'm going to say, in the low 40s of students.
Yes.
It was a lot. Hi.
Question.
How do you really feel about me? Yep.
Statement, really. On a previous episode, you've spoken about people being hot from behind, the back of the head.
Yes.
And I know, because we were messaging each other, I was at a gig too, that there was a few gentlemen with gorgeous backs of heads.
Yes.
Did we ever find out what their front situation was?
Just as good. They were a hot front of the face and back of the head. Yeah, I sent Dane a photo of the back of the head of an audience member.
And we fell in love.
And we fell in love. And then I got round the front when I went to perform, and I thought, oh, there you are.
Well, you're taken, but give him my details if you need.
I'll drive back to Cardiff and I'll let him know. That's what I've been up to.
So each week, we're going to choose new evils to create our own updated list of sins for the modern gay.
Okay.
Danny?
Hi.
Oh, Danny, butch. I'll never say that again.
Do you think Danny's butch?
For you, it is. I think Danny maybe plays football. He's been to Watford once.
Okay.
You? Neither of those things are possible.
Not once in my life.
Daniela?
Yes.
Anyway, Danny, what are you throwing into the hellfire today?
Feet in public. Men, specifically men, but women too.
Well, yeah.
People who get their feet out. I've been noticing it increasing at an alarming rate. I was on the tube on the way here. A man had his feet out. It is midwinter. On the tube in London. Like, a rat could be anywhere at any given moment. Feet. I was on that drive on the way to Cardiff. I went into a service station. I went into a Leon. There was a businessman in a suit, barefoot.
Was he Australian at least?
No, they do love to get their feet out, don't they?
Well, Australia has no dirt, just saying.
Yeah, but in the UK,
Exactly. In a service
station, like, you are lucky if you don't step on 2 syringes barefoot in a British service station.
It's also, they're usually a bit smug about it, aren't they, as well?
Oh, they love it. They're sort of looking around being like, has anyone noticed that I've got my feet out?
Yeah.
Is it them being like, I'm in touch with nature, or is it like a power thing, or is it a fetish thing?
But are you really in touch with nature, like Cobham service? Like, are you? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's got the raw savagery of nature.
Yes.
No, I just think that is going on. When I sit next to someone on the tube and their feet come out when I'm on a train and the feet
Oh my God, I've not had that happen. That's disgusting.
A plane where the feet come out?
Oh gosh,
People, when the shoe comes off and I go, oh, they've got their shoe off. But then the sock starts being
I don't mind the shoe
peeled
off. I don't mind the shoe off, though, on a plane. But then I put on those lovely, exotic, medicinal socks.
Oh, do you?
Yes,
the thrombosis socks.
Yeah,
I'm a shoes-on person.
Right.
I would sleep in my shoes if I could.
But have you ever flown to Australia? Because you start out with lovely, great intentions. By hour 24, you're like, fuck it, I just need to survive this.
Well, I've flown to India, and that was like a 20-hour flight.
Oh, okay.
So...
Okay, well, maybe you're just a dancer.
And I wore high heels the entire time. I wish people had hooves.
Well, you do.
Yes, but I wish other people had hooves.
Do you know what? There is something about men's feet as well. Men of a certain age. The bunions, the yellow nail.
The claw.
Oh.
It's horrible.
It is.
People with a foot fetish, listen, each to their own. I could never. Dane,
Yes.
what are you throwing into the fire?
A woman.
Okay, all?
A particular woman.
Right.
By the name of Zoe. I am purposefully saying that without the accent just to be a cunt.
Yes, what's she done to you?
Zoe is that fucking patch that you buy.
Oh, the thing that everyone's doing.
Yes.
Okay.
I was everybody.
You were every woman.
£359. I was everybody.
Is it that much?
£359. The first 2 days you eat a blue cookie. You eat a blue cookie the first 2 days. You measure how long you poop. You fill out forms. I did that. I did that for weeks. Guess what? They've come back and told me. Guess what? They've analysed the information. They've had the world's best leading experts.
And the little patch thing goes, like, it's a needle, isn't it? It's in your blood.
Yeah, it is. And it's quite dramatic. Excuse me, sorry, coming through. Just let that child take that brunt. Sorry, I'm wearing my needle.
So what's it said?
Apparently, Dan, this will blow your mind. Apparently, £359 for my system, my unique ecosystem.
Yes.
Saturated fat and carbs are bad. Yes, yeah, I was shocked. But protein, lean protein and fruit and veg are, for my system, good. Well, obviously, I fainted by the time someone lifted me back up because of the shock. For 359 English pounds, I've managed to find out that donuts are probably not as good as a chicken breast with broccoli.
Does it not give you anything else?
I got nothing else. I've gone through all the form, and you have to monitor every little thing. And in the end, I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to start eating like white people. I'm going to make this stew with 3 ingredients because I can't waste an hour of my life writing these things out. So then some of the times I was like, I might not even write anything, fuck it. But that doesn't work in your favour because then when it measures your blood, you're like, oh, you're just doing nothing and your blood sugar's going up. So then
it's like nothing's gone in and yet he's entering.
Yeah, what's happening? But then I started to be good, and that's what they come back with. I wanted some drama. I wanted some gut drama. I wanted them to be like, Dane, for you, your Vietnam is caraway seeds.
Right. Yeah.
You know, or something like that. And then I'd pass that to the floor and be like, oh my God.
Like when you were younger and you desperately wanted an allergy.
100%.
All I wanted
100%.
as a child, I told my school I was allergic to starfruit.
Oh my God, I love that. Well,
because it's not really in anything.
But anyway, back to Zoe. I do not like her cult. I mean, who is her father? Dr. Obvious? I'm not sure. She's a harlot. She's a thief of a woman. I'm not doing it. Well, I'm over it, and I would advise people...
But nice to have had the opportunity to spend some money on nothing.
Well, don't get me wrong. Did I walk through Parks and Chiswick saying, sorry, Elizabeth, I'm doing Zoe too. Hit the patch.
We love a fad.
We love
That's something we've connected over as
friends.
friends.
But I wish I'd spent the money on something decent, like, what percentage of Viking am I?
Yeah.
What percentage of Viking have you had in you?
Depending on who... Yeah, I was about to make the same... We both left for that joke. Okay. Zoe, in she goes into the flames.
Yeah.
I still think I might give it a try, even though I know it will do nothing for me.
Here's what I would say, okay? The blood sugar thing, they use a separate company, and the box is a separate thing, and that box is on Amazon for £80. So you could still get the blood sugar
The main thing, the patch.
The main thing is a free thing you get for paying on the package. But that main thing, there's only one company that does that blood thing.
So what do they offer?
They offer the analytics of the website of, you've typed in, I've had this, and they've measured it for you. But you can just get that. Yeah. Because now I know, I was blind before, I was stupid. Now I know like a lettuce leaf is good for me and like deep fried pizza isn't. And I'm so glad I've seen the light. But yeah.
That's upsetting.
Will I do another 5? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I might do Zoe in Spanish. Fuck it.
Zoe.
That was Northern, no? Zoe.
Zoe. Our Zoe.
Zoe, it would be, I'm sure.
Zoe. Okay. Dane, hi.
Hi.
This is the part of the episode where we turn the evil eye on you, the listener. We've asked you to write in and send in your confessions and grievances. If you want to do that right now as you're listening to this, you can do that. Find us on socials at The Hellpod. You can email to judgment@hellpod.com, or you can go to www.hellpod.com and use our anonymous form. And then
Sorry, why didn't you tell me I had a tuft of hair up here? Like, the public now... Oh my God, there's 2 tufts of hair. You've done this on purpose.
We're going to have to start from the beginning. Let's re-record.
Whole thing. Also, can I just pick up on something that you said? Our listener. I think, when are we going to give the public the opportunity to give themselves a name?
Hi. Hey, everybody listening.
Hi.
We think it would be really fun if we had a name for you.
Yeah.
We're thinking Sheila. No, we're thinking... We've sort of been workshopping ideas. We were like, what if we called them our wicked little sinners?
Our WLS.
What if we called them Develettes? I don't know.
Yeah.
We are very open to your suggestions. If you have a good idea, a fun little pun.
We will give them the opportunity to write in, and then we will make fun of some of them, probably. And some of them we'll bring round to judges' houses, so you can make it through to the live final.
And worst case scenario, we'll make up our own and we'll attribute it to someone.
Yeah.
Anyway, do let us know if you have that. you know the place you can write in. Okay, we have some letters that have been
Let me
contributed.
just take a sip. Because
Yeah,
this will be
go
a
on.
loud noise because it's disgusting. What was it called?
A Cape Blanchett.
A Cape Blanchett. Tastes like Toxic Crusader. That's what I would call it. Still disgusting. And it continually burns all the way down.
Yeah, but that's what a dirty martini does.
Does it?
Dear Daniel and Dane, my confession, although maybe more of a grievance, is this. Earlier last week, me and my wife went out to see a show, and her sister very kindly stayed at our place to look after our dog. However, we have one of those dog nanny cams that lets you check in on your pooch when you're out and about. Cut to me in the interval checking in on our pup, only to see my wife's sister masturbating on the sofa. I can only assume she didn't realise or remember that we have a camera in the living room, but it was quite a shock. To make matters worse, our dog was lying on the sofa next to her. When we got home, we pretended we'd not seen anything, and everything was very pleasant and normal. My wife says it's our fault for not reminding her there was a camera in the room, but I can't help but feel annoyed that her sister was paddling the pink canoe while our sweet Labrador watched. Which of us is in the wrong? P.S. The sofas are velvet, if that changes anything.
First of all, I'm very shocked that you say masturbate, not masturbate.
Does anyone say masturbate?
I thought you would, of all people.
Maybe I'll bring it in.
Gosh, what did she call the wanking there? What did she call it?
Paddling the pink canoe.
That's delicious.
I have one of these cameras.
I am just thinking about all the times I've been alone in your house when you've like gone to the loo or something.
The way that these letters can go,
Yeah.
I'm just like giving thanks to the Lord that the dog didn't join in.
Yeah.
I have one of these cameras.
Yeah.
I guess the
Well,
main...
if they were hot, you'd be giving live feedback. Again, lower, call me dirty. You know, you would.
How's it going? You nearly there? Yeah, because you can speak through them. I guess the question is, how much privacy do you deserve when you're at someone else's house?
Well, listen, we've all dog sat.
Yeah.
We've all had a little look in the fridge. What are they about? What are their snacks? What
Read their diary.
Read their
rummaged through
diary.
their
Looked at
bedroom.
their hot
bedside
boyfriends
tables.
used underwear. We've all done it. Running their sheets.
I kind of don't know. I think doing it in the living room with the dog there is a rogue move. The velvet sofa,
Yeah, iconic.
you're going to need to throw that out.
Why not just do it in the shower? But yeah, anyway, the person did it.
The person's done it. I think you're right. I think it's something you just have to pretend doesn't. The thing is, though, I was going to say, I think you just have to pretend that this never happened.
Right.
But also,
Okay.
next time she comes round, put a tarpaulin down.
Oh, what a sexy backdrop. Just the noise of that. She can never sit down. She just keeps sliding.
She's like, why is there one of these really like 80s sofa covers?
Or just passive aggressively be like, we're going now. The dog camera is there.
Well, this is the thing. Now, when they bring it up,
Yeah.
if they ever mention the dog camera, you're going to watch her face.
Yeah.
Realise, oh shit, what did I do in this room?
Did the husband hate it though?
Maybe she knew there was a camera there.
Because do they delete after 24 hours?
Mine does. I don't know if they all do.
Right.
But you can watch it live, which is what it sounds like they've done. Because
I'm trying to think back now to all the... I've not dog sat for you, have I? No. Well, in Edinburgh, but
yeah, I did, and I brought the camera there.
on the streets. Yeah.
I don't think you're the demon for being annoyed. I think it is a bit rogue of her to rub one in on your velvet sofa with your dog present in your living room.
Well, it's rogue that she got caught. Come on,
Unless she was doing it, knowing
she was
that they had the camera, and she was like,
giving it a bit of, if she bit her lip. Then
yeah,
she's
made
giving
eye
a bit of a
contact with
show.
the
She's
camera
like,
the whole time. She's trying to
so
steal.
naughty.
She's trying to steal you away from her sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think she's the demon a bit.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a rogue move.
I'm saying this like I'm a nice, balanced person, but as well you know, my gorgeous Indian chair.
Oh yeah.
I add £100 to the value every time. This week she's worth £4,000.
Every time you bring her up,
Yeah, I
it
add on
costs
that.
even more.
I'm being lovely. If she did it on that,
Yeah.
I would drag her by the hair.
Because like,
Out
I'm
the
not
front of
being
the
funny,
house.
but when there'd be like residual.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go in
I
with
don't
like
want colonizer. I'm assuming she's a white girl. I don't want colonizer
Sweat
juices on
and
my Indian handmade chair.
you're gonna have to go in with like the Febreze, the Dettol fabric.
How dare you? You can't put that on my Indian Kirillin chair.
What I mean,
But yeah.
you're gonna have to sponge it off. which is what she did.
A name you used to.
So I think the sister is. I'm with you, right?
Yeah.
Listener. I think the sister is in the wrong.
God, I really took that compliment. I nodded and be like, thanks, you're with me. Okay. And I had no idea what my
You thought I was
policy
talking
was.
to you.
Yeah.
Dane,
Hi.
you have a letter for me.
I do, yes. Hi, boys. Okay. My daughter
Very, very generous of them to call us two boys.
I thought, well, I think that's just the name for me.
The boys.
Yeah. My daughter came back from uni and told us she thinks she is gay. We've always known she is, and she has always known we are a house that would accept and love their children. Imagine my surprise when I found out a few weeks later she hadn't broken up with her boyfriend. I asked her about it, and she said she just couldn't hurt him. I would have bet my bottom dollar that he is also gay. I know you shouldn't assume, but they were studying musical theatre, and he is a little fruity. My daughter hates any sort of confrontation, and we have a very honest relationship. She said they weren't really sleeping together. I think she was just hoping it would end, but it didn't. My daughter brought her boyfriend to stay at our house for New Year, and at dinner I tried to subtly normalise the conversation about who knows where life will take them, and things change, and there's lots of experimenting to be had and people out there to meet. He wasn't biting, like at all. I kept thinking, I don't want my daughter to waste this time. New Year's Eve, I'm not afraid to admit, I had hit the Baileys, and after a very frustrating conversation, I just blurted it out and told him that she was gay and that he might be too. He burst out crying, but didn't say much and ran upstairs. My daughter stayed downstairs playing Uno with us, but was livid about how abrupt I was. The next day we had breakfast together and I apologised. He left that morning and they broke up. He later came out. I know I forced the issue, but life is short and I'm not that apologetic about it. Am I the devil?
So much to unpack there. Firstly, I love the boyfriend who may or may not be gay. Oh,
Yeah.
it said he came out later.
Yeah.
He later came out. Okay. I love that she's like, my daughter is gay and I think you might be
Yeah.
too. He rolls up his leg warmers and runs upstairs in a strop.
The minute I heard that, I was like, gay!
I love he's a little fruity.
Yeah.
Listen, they're musicals theatre students.
I love that she stayed down and played Uno. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the fact that the daughter was livid, her boyfriend's crying, and she's like angrily playing Uno with her mum. You really shouldn't have done that. Reverse. I think. Firstly, I think the mum is a bit of the demon.
Do you?
Yeah, listen, she sounds really great.
Yeah.
I think I'd love her. I'm putting that out there right now. The fact that she called him a little fruity, the fact she's raised them in a household where she said they always knew that we would love them no matter what. We're very open about that sort of stuff. Great. The fact that she's clearly very on board with her daughter being lesbian.
Yeah.
But imagine sitting at the kitchen table while your mother is going, hey guys, who knows where life will take you? And things change. Relationships don't always. You'd be like, stop trying to break us up. Like, very obvious what you're doing there. If they're going to have that conversation, they're not going to have it in front of their mother. They'll have it upstairs privately.
Right. But it's not happening, is it? And the girl has come out to the family. And I got the vibe of like a strong Boston mother just trying to gift them the topic. But like, well, things change and people experiment. Did you ever experiment? Trying to be like making eyes, being like, now is the time. Life is short.
When you were playing with your beanie babies, and I'm sure you did, was it 2 boys or 2 girls? No, I think you cannot out someone for them.
No, I agree.
And you certainly can't out the boy.
No,
I
kind of love that. But I agree. But
I think, yeah.
But I do also like the energy of her mum being like, this has been going on for a while. He's back in this house. That poor boy doesn't know. Because where does she end? They're walking down the aisle and the mum's be like, guys, I have to put my hand up.
Yeah. I think that is maybe the moment.
Yeah. Oh, that's the good moment. You can avoid that cost.
I think when the priest goes, any objections, you go, listen.
They do a musical number.
He's got a gorgeous diamond ring. She's got a drill. Like, let's call this time.
At the end of the day. Just a whole musical number.
At the end of the day, it's another day. Yeah.
But
I just think you cannot out someone for them.
I don't think it's right to.
But I think in this situation...
But if someone had to, an overbearing mother is that person.
Who's doing it with love.
Who's doing it with love.
And Uno.
And Uno. Cool.
So yeah, I think, listen, I do think it's not right. But I also can see that it was done with good intent and it sounds like it all turned out okay.
And it sounds juicy.
And and isn't that what matters at the end of the day?
Speaking of juicy, our outro.
Of juicy, my body. Okay. Listener, that is all from us. If you liked this, be sure to check back for new episodes every Thursday. And if you want to earn yourself a VIP place in hell, why not subscribe to our Patreon? You will get extended guest episodes, extra bonus episodes every month, with prices starting at just 75 pence per week. I'm sorry, so rude of me. Dane, for you and your listeners, that is about 15 shillings in old money.
Darling, better that than being new money. You know!
How dare you? But what we would love more than anything is for this bit, which is your bit, Dane, which I've just stolen off you.
Thank you very much, darling, colonizer. But what we'd love more than anything, Daniel, is for people to get talking, their forked little tongues, spread the word, tell people about how our podcast is life-changing. It's the reason you're here, really. And feel free, to give yourself the opportunity to leave a little review for us. I think the minimum is 5-star review.
That's the minimum it allows, sadly.
Yeah. But if you wanted to start a 6 or 7-star...
Right into Spotify. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Word of mouth is everything. If you did like it, pass it on to a friend or a very sort of open mother. That's also fine. And as always, if you want to submit any confessions or grievances for our infernal judgment, or indeed a name for the listeners, a group name, as we mentioned earlier, you can write to us at judgment@hellpod.com, send us a message on socials @thehellpod, or use the anonymous form on our website, hellpod.com. Thank you as always to Spotify for allowing us to use their gorgeous studios, to the angels at Auburn Jam who made our music, and to our lovely producer, Yanis. See you next week.
Bye!